Step number 1, fixing bouncing. Number 1, turn level, as you can see it's not there, into a backdrop. Then you want to change all the if touching level into if touching color, and then I drop the color of the backdrop. Then this, you need to turn it, this is our falling script, and this also needs to just be changed y by 0. Right here, it needs to be forever. If it is not touching this color, then change the y by 5. Now you will land on it, you can jump on it, but then you'll fall through. So you see, the reason for that is because our jump is different to normal jump. The pretty simple thing is you can really just fix this by just, well, entering the events and then change this to when up arrow is pressed. Repeat them both. So now you have a jump, just like this one right here, but it's not working. Why? That's a pretty good question. It's because it's supposed to change the y by 0 right here. So it is still changing the y, but by 0. There you go. Now when you jump, you do not fall through, and it is a foolproof scheme right here, which will just make it pretty simple physics. So now there is no longer any bouncing. We'll fix stuff like this later, so yeah. So next up, what we need to do is, well, animation. So the thing about animation is stuff like, I don't know, okay, well, how do I explain this? So the thing about animation is it's just like one of those things which are like not very easy to pull off. So what I'm gonna just do is just create 2 costumes, because my sprite is pretty easy, but you're just gonna have to make your very own running sprite. 1, 2. Then for the left, you need to just select these. Sorry, you need to select it and then flip it. Both of these running scripts. Flip. So now you'll have 2 of each direction and then 1 idle position. Rename them to idle, right walk 1, right walk 2, left walk 1, and then left walk 2. If you have like 4 walking animations, then you'll just do 1 through 4 and so on. But this is your choice. So when the right arrow is pressed, you just want it to repeat between switching each of these costumes. So it's repeat, and then it is repeat for right walk 2. So you just want to repeat this and then get right walk 2. So now you have a lot nicer looking walking animation. Duplicate this and then change it to right walk, to left walk. Now you'll have a better looking walking animation. Costume to idle after the script is ran. Next up, we are going to add a spike. The spike is going to be its own sprite. So you're going to need to go right about here, make a little triangle coming from the ground. I say little, yet that's way too big. Just literally make it very small. Then you want to fill it in with any color. I'm just gonna make mine a red spike, 'cause I can. So I want the spike to go right there. So you want to go to the spikes code. When the green flag is clicked, go to, go to 199.14. This will take it to its current position on mine, but you want yours to be in its own special position. So just put it where you want and then put these two numbers into the right coordinates. Also, you can go into your variables and turn those two off. But when I run into the spike, nothing is happening. Why? So you see, the problem is that when I walk into this sprite, the heck you're supposed to, yeah, just do this, alright? Now it's actually fixed. Okay, but still, when I run into it, nothing happens. So what you're going to do to fix that is forever if touching player broadcast. Ouch. Then what that will do is you want to add a when I receive ouch, go to wherever you want your character to spawn. In my case, it's 175, -73. So now, if we touch it, we get teleported back. That means that our spike is working. That's pretty cool. I like that, so I'm going to keep that the way it is for now. Now what I'm going to do next is add the main menu. The main menu is pretty cool. So first of all, you want to do when the green flag is clicked, hide for both sprites. Including the backdrop. Actually, you can't just like make the backdrop hide necessarily, but you want to switch backdrop and then make a new backdrop, which is just a white screen. Or well, like not like a white screen, but like a tiny dot that's like the same color. It's gonna be like white or something. Just make it a tiny white dot. Alright. But now you want to make something. It's pretty cool. So, you want to make a new sprite and make a colorless button. I'm gonna make it dark gray. And then I'm going to get the pixel font in white and make it say play in all lowercase. Then I'm going to make it bigger. Now we have a cool play button. But you see, the thing is, we also need a background to it. So, this is going to be a simple white background. In my case, you can decide. I don't care. So now you want the play button to have a bit of code. For one, when the green flag is clicked, go to the front layer. There you go. So now what you want is when this sprite is clicked, we'll add like all like the cool effects later, but first we need this. When this sprite is clicked, broadcast button clicked. Then what you want the button to do is play a sound effect. It produces a sound effect I'd recommend using Poppet first because we're gonna be getting better sound effects later. So now what we want is a forever and an if. Then we want this, but this actually needs to be an if-else statement. Then you need a touching mouse pointer. So the first thing that we are going to do is if it is touching the mouse pointer, then what it needs to do is change the color effect. It needs to change the color effect. It's like set the color effect. We're gonna change that to ghost, then to like 10. So now, when the green flag is clicked, if it is touching, then it will change the ghost effect. I'm gonna change it to like 25. But now it just stays like that. Else, set the ghost effect to 0. So now we have just a little bit of interactivity with the button. Now size, that it's way easier. Set size to 110. Else, set the size to 100. So there you go, it gets a bit bigger. That's your interactivity that's needed. So the next thing that you want to do is to make it that when, well, first we need it to go to 0, 0. So now we need it so that everything changes when they receive it. So we want to go to everything and do when I receive button clicked, show. Just drag this to everything. Only to the 2 things that you created though. The play button, on the other hand, after it plays the sound effect, it needs to hide. The background right here needs to hide when it receives it. Now for the backdrop, we need when I receive button clicked. Switch backdrop to backdrop 1, I think. Yeah. So now, why is this not at 0, 0? We're going to just put that in the middle then. And then that is going to be 2846. Oh, it's because the play button isn't in the middle here. Alright. So now when you press it, that will happen, and then everything will start. But we want it to go back to 0, Y100. It's supposed to be right there. Oh yeah! So it's supposed to show before it does anything. So now when it's pressed, this is going to happen. Everything is great. You now have the base of your game done. Next episode, we're going to talk about how levels work and stuff like that. So, see you next time. Goodbye.